Welcome in to the Crypto Bunker podcast. When the levee breaks, watch out, because we are about to experience an all-time high for Bitcoin. Many have waited for this day since April. Almost 6 months of pain. And the day that the Bitcoin ETF is released is when we finally can say that we might close the daily candle above the previous candle high, which looks to me to be around 63,600. And then we will officially be able to say an all-time high has been reached. Maybe it'll be reached on this recording. 64,836 is what I have for this wick. All right. So why would someone want to invest in Bitcoin? As someone who has invested in Bitcoin before myself, I do have a small position in Bitcoin. Most of my position is in Ethereum. But Bitcoin is a non-sovereign asset. It's a store of value because it cannot be altered. And, it's outside of the traditional system of money, and it allows you to transfer money from one person to another with no intermediary or no bank. And there's a limited supply. So there's only ever going to be 21 million Bitcoin. And there's already almost 19 million that have been mined. So you have to think of it that way as to why you would want to own it. And we've been through a lot. A lot of people thought down here, including myself, that we were sort of hanging off a cliff and that we were going to go all the way down to maybe 23, 24K, something like that. But what I think looks like it's going to happen is that we're going to go into price discovery. And I believe, in my opinion, the next logical stop on our path is going to be right around 85K. I've said this before, I'll say it again, but if you don't follow the Crypto Sniper on YouTube, I would recommend following him. But as you can see, this brings us up to around 85K. I think short term, we're looking at maybe around 69 to 70,000. And, I think things will happen quickly. As you can see, a lot of these pullbacks we've had in recent days have got bought up really, really quick. We've gotten wicked down really hard, and they just get completely bought up. And the other thing that we like to see is volume. So this volume candle on the daily, to me, looks like one of the bigger volume finally candles that we've seen come in was yesterday when it got bought up, that the small dip. And so hopefully by 8 p.m. tonight, we can close above 63.6, and then we would officially be in price discovery. So, at that point, no one truly knows where it's going or what it's worth. It's only worth as much as someone else will pay for it. So who knows? I believe personally, I could see 85K, and then I could see a quick, sharp correction, maybe 10 to 15, maybe 20%. And then maybe we're looking at another rally into the end of the year and possibly through January. And I think at that point we could see some of the numbers that some people have predicted, maybe 220K, 200K, maybe 250, something like that. I've always personally said 300K was my target. And so might as well. I mean, now that we're in price discovery almost, knock on wood, obviously, but this kind of structure, we're not going to, we're going to all-time highs here. So it's just a matter of possibly minutes here before it actually officially happens on the wick, obviously. So, this is super bullish for Bitcoin. Just to see the Bitcoin ETF was released today. Another Bitcoin ETF's coming out tomorrow. Also, Grayscale just filed for an ETF that is backed by actual Bitcoin. So obviously, you guys should know, you don't want to necessarily buy, you want to buy spot Bitcoin. You want to buy it on Coinbase. You want to buy it on Kraken, on FTX, on one of these platforms. And then you want to transfer it to a cold storage wallet, a ledger like this one here, where you're going to be able to store your value. It's simple. You just send it to your ledger, and then you physically own the Bitcoin, which means the Bitcoin is on the blockchain and not on a centralized exchange like Coinbase, where who knows, right? I mean, their servers could go down, or and obviously they have a lot of theirs backed up on cold storage as well. But if you can do it personally, that's what I would recommend for Bitcoin. For Ethereum, right now we're looking at around 3,800. So we're still in this coil. I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, we're hanging around. I wouldn't be surprised if we just kind of bang around here. And I think a logical date is, around maybe October 27th, when the Altair upgrade is being announced for the merge. And that's basically just a test net that is going to take us into the next stage of the ETH 2.0 merge. So obviously ETH is a little bit more speculative than Bitcoin because of the merge and everything that involves with going from ETH to ETH 2.0. But if they can do it, which I believe they will, I believe there's over a 99% chance that they will. I probably will sell some leading up to the merge, because I think, speculation on what Ethereum can and will do will allow us to sort of take that risk off a little bit, just to go into the merge, with sort of no leverage, nothing like that. But anyway, I think once we break, this wedge, which is kind of a massive wedge, and listen, most things in crypto are happening on Ethereum right now. They wouldn't be happening if these companies didn't think, that it was secure, that it was decentralized, and then it could scale, which it's going to do, which is called the trilemma. So the trilemma is that no blockchain has ever gotten scalability, which is like speed, and being able to scale many transactions per second. And then decentralization, which is like Bitcoin, right? It's decentralized, no one owns it. There's many different computers that run the network and miners who secure the network. And then we have security. So ETH has the potential to do all three of these things, which has technically never been done. Some people say Cosmos possibly has done this, but I don't think that they have necessarily. And so once ETH solves the trilemma, I mean, you can just see, what's going to happen. And there's many layer 2 solutions to Ethereum that are coming online that are going to be settled back with Ethereum. And so, I'm very bullish on Ethereum still. We're looking really good, just kind of consolidating in this range. I don't think we've ever consolidated this high before. So that's something to look at. We obviously consolidated a little bit here at 3,400 before, and then on the way down, we consolidated here. But now we're sort of using this as like a support range a little bit, which I think is good. Last time we sort of got rejected in this range. Here, you know, we obviously maybe consolidate a little bit, but not really. And then we got, you know, we got punished for that. So this is super bullish. It's actually looking sort of similar to the 2017 run around the same times. We can look back at, you know, around the same time in 2017. We had a similar correction to sort of what we're dealing with here. And so let's see, October. Yeah, so this is sort of the similar range. We were, you know, we had coming off, you know, this is sort of say where we're at right around here right now before this massive run up. And so if ETH was to imitate, and you can see the twin peaks here are sort of similar to what is happening with ETH now. As you can see, it's pretty much the same height there. And then we had a crash, and then we had a crash that did not go as low as this crash here, which is bullish. And we obviously had massive volume there. And then we went sideways for a few months. So, you know, expect that possibility to sort of go sideways, you know, even through November, you know, beginning of November. But once it goes, you know, from those lows, which was around 200, we went to 1400, which was about a 7x. And so if we did the same thing from the lows of 2600, you know, we would be looking around 20K. So again, this is sort of the targets that I'm looking at for Ethereum. And as you can see, we sort of had this same structure, right? We had the twin peaks, bam, bam. They weren't exactly as tall, but actually this one was taller on the weekly candles. And so it went low, and then it, you know, I personally thought, hey, man, you know, I think I called for 2,400 in one of my videos to equal the, you know, that previous chart from Ethereum in 2017, but we didn't quite get that low, which is good. It's bullish. It's a little bit more bullish, I think, even than that, obviously, than at that point. There's a lot more participation in the market, and Ethereum really gives you, you know, it gives you exposure to the entire crypto market, because everything is sort of involved with Ethereum. If you're going to another chain, like Polkadot, if you're going to Solana, if you're going to Avalanche, if you're going to Polygon, most of those chains, you're going to transfer your ETH over to that chain and then do whatever you need to do. So, you know, they're all sort of helping ETH scale. Meanwhile, ETH's layer 2 solutions are going to settle back with Ethereum. And so those are going to be what people end up using because they're more secure, they're more decentralized. You know, they're going to be able to settle back with Ethereum, which is really good. So everything's looking really good. I just wanted to share a few of my thoughts here, and hopefully everyone has a great evening as we celebrate. Let's take a look at Bitcoin. Well, like I said, I believe all we need to do on the daily is close above about 63,600 to consider ourselves at an all-time high. So hopefully we can get there. If not, it's fine. We will eventually, because I mean, just look at the structure. So we already broke it as well. I should have said this before. We already broke the all-time high on the weekly. So take a look at that. These weekly candles are around 60K, and obviously now we're much farther above that. So take a look at how good that looks. Wouldn't even be surprised if we come back and did we wick? What is this wick? Did we just wick to 28K, 68K all of a sudden? No, that's my that's that wick. So this is my prediction for short term, like I said, 68K. So yeah, Let's celebrate and, you know, pump it, baby. Let's go.